thank you hugely to all the, to Juan Contreras at the Fuel Cell Partnership and all the automakers who brought these great trucks. We have Joe Capello here, who got his trailer wrapped in the ARCHES logo, which is pretty amazing. And we're talking about, and tell me this is a good idea, maybe by show of applause, put in a QR code on those trailers. So when people are driving in the passenger seat, they can take a picture and learn more about ARCHES. And so we're very excited. So my name is, I know a lot of you, but not everybody. So my name is Tyson Eckerly. I'm the Senior Advisor for Clean Infrastructure and Mobility at the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, more affectionately known as GoBiz. And so we're very excited to be here today. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to the City of Long Beach and the Port of Long Beach for hosting us here. What an amazing facility and place. And so, for today, for the speakers, you've been hearing really about two key themes, right? It's about attracting federal investment to California to launch the renewable hydrogen economy. And it's also about building that bigger infrastructure that can really drive decarbonization throughout our society. And so we're very excited to be here. I'm going to get out of the way and let the speakers speak a bit. So our first speaker here is, my boss and Senior Advisor to the Governor and the Director of GoBiz, Ms. Dee Dee Myers.
Hey, thank you all for being here. It's great to be here. What an auspicious occasion. It's really fantastic. And first, thank you for that introduction, Tyson. And more importantly, Tyson, thank you for your tireless effort on this. Let's give it up for Tyson. We wouldn't be here without him. So thank you, and more good stuff to come. So on behalf of Governor Newsom, I just want to thank you again for being here today. He is truly, genuinely excited about the opportunity and grateful for the work that everybody's already done to get us to today and all the work that lies ahead to bring that hydrogen hub home to California where it belongs. So really excited. He's grateful that you're all here because we know this is a truly historic opportunity. Thanks to President Biden and Congress, there's billions of dollars, including up to $1.2 billion for our application that will allow us to leverage billions more dollars in private investment to really make this hydrogen hub a reality and to begin to change the ecosystem of our economy here in Southern California. And we can do it the California way. And that means delivering a carbon neutral economy that improves our quality of life, that creates and sustains family supporting jobs and makes our systems more resilient. It means ensuring that clean hydrogen isn't a future fuel, but it's part of our infrastructure for industry and for transportation all across California. And it means that making sure that Class 8 vehicles, like we're seeing here, fuel cell electric trucks, are not the exception but the rule. It's what we see on the 710 freeway when we're driving to Long Beach. Now, we know that getting there won't be easy. If it would, we wouldn't be here today and we wouldn't be working as hard as we are. But ARCHES is designed to leverage the very best of all of us and the very best of California to bring home this amazing opportunity. It's about building a system that deploys new technology and creates new investments that will lift us all up. It's about ensuring that we have the voices of local communities, labor, industry, and the environment baked into the planning decision-making, not as an afterthought, not tacked on at the end, but from day one, bottom up. And it's about being nimble so we can continue to move quickly and take advantage of the opportunities as they present themselves. So that's a lot. That's a lot that we have to do. And we have to do it now because, as Governor Newsom is fond of saying, when it comes to climate, later is too late. So that's why he and the legislature included $54 billion in the most recent budget to address climate issues, to accelerate the transition to clean energy economy, and to move California forward. So with that, I want to say thank you again for being here. Thank you for the work you've done and will do. We're really excited about it, and we really look forward to when these trucks, again, are the rule and not the exception on our roads and highways. So thank you all, and thank you, Tyson.
Thank you very much, Dee Dee. And I admit we have a script, and I already broke it. So I was supposed to introduce Vice Mayor Richardson here to welcome us to Long Beach. So let's pretend I got it right. I got so excited about everybody being here. So Vice Mayor Richardson, he's been a great champion for us.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Tyson and Dee Dee and the governor's office for their enthusiasm to get out here and announce this incredible partnership. I'm Long Beach Vice Mayor Rex Richardson. It's an incredible honor to be here today with you here at our Civic Center Plaza, where we share space between our City Hall and our port complex because it's a real partnership. And what we see today is a tremendous partnership. We see the UC system in the governor's office. We see educational leadership, our port leadership, city council members, community members, advocates, all marching in the same direction, saying that we are an alliance that will stand up and say that we are ready. Long Beach is ready to lead America as it relates to championing renewable clean hydrogen. This technology is no longer the theory. It is here. It is here today. If you look at these fleets, we can have clean air vehicles in transit, clean air vehicles replacing those 6,000 diesel trucks coming in and out of our ports every single day, making sure that Long Beach and frontline communities have clean air to breathe while maintaining our economic advantage and protecting jobs. That's why I'm so excited about this new alliance. I want to just first just say that we know that this is our future, and we are ready to embrace the future. Long Beach stands here as a host and is willing to engage. We know that we are a major player in air quality. I'm fortunate to not only serve as a council member, but as this region's representative on the South Coast Air Quality Management District Board. And we know that we have significant challenges ahead. The issues with the air quality are being accelerated by climate change. It's hotter. And we know that we have to show more leadership and think bigger. It's a big problem and it requires big solutions. We also know that we're the most prepared region from an infrastructure standpoint to lead on renewable clean hydrogen. We have the largest ports in America, where 43% of all trade comes through our communities right here in Long Beach. So we're ready and we are equipped. And now all we have to do is work together with our federal government to make this vision, this joint vision, a reality. And so on behalf of the city of Long Beach and all of our incredible partners, we want to thank you for coming. And together we can create the renewable energy future that our communities deserve. Thank you so much.
Great. We absolutely love having Long Beach as a partner. It's a great host. And so thank you for those remarks, Vice Mayor. We also, as we're developing the market, need to be nimble and flexible. And there's negotiations that happen. And one of the negotiations that just happened today is on the speaker lineup between senators. And so Senator Josh Newman actually has a flight to catch. That's where we're making sure we're moving him up. But Senator Newman has been a tremendous champion of hydrogen for a number of years. He's not only a champion in the Senate, he's also a driver and an advocate. And so we really love having him here. So Senator Newman, come on up.
So thank you. I must be a shrewd negotiator. I'm going to use that whole got a flight thing all the time. Moving forward. So good morning, everybody. Great to see everybody in Long Beach. I'm Senator Josh Newman. I represent California's 29th Senate District, which includes parts of Orange, LA, and San Bernardino counties. For the avoidance of doubt, I want to point out this is not a Ford truck and bus pileup on Chestnut Street. This is actually the future of decarbonized transportation. And I'm here today as a member of the state Senate. As Tyson mentioned, not only am I a dedicated believer in the promise of hydrogen as a key to decarbonizing California's transportation sector, I'm a driver. I was a little bit disappointed they would let me park my car here in the lineup. But California, leading as we do, we've established a set of very ambitious goals for moving beyond internal combustion engines by the year 2035. To reach those very aggressive targets, California is going to need more than one option in the types of alternative vehicles that they drive. And the kinds of vehicles that move our goods. This is especially relevant to Californians who live in places without easy access to electric chargers, who have long-distance commutes, whose transit patterns require rapid refueling. This is especially true for drivers who move heavy loads. Hydrogen fuel cells have proven themselves already as a reliable technology and promising platform, with over 15,000 hydrogen fuel cell drivers now on California's roads. In order to ensure continued adoption and development, it is essential that we prioritize improving fuel cell vehicle drivers' experiences and that we build a coalition that moves all of these technologies forward. A hydrogen hub in California will provide the basis for doing exactly that as we accelerate California's transition to a decarbonized transportation system while also creating high-paying jobs and powering the world's fifth largest economy. So I personally am very excited by the coalition and the momentum we're building. We're all very lucky to have Tyson leading the charge. Looking forward to working with everybody toward a very dynamic and prosperous, decarbonized future in California. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Senator Newman. So as we build out this economy, we actually need people to build the stuff, right? That's really important. The workforce component can't be underscored enough, from training, from codes and standards, and from actually getting out there and building. And so it's a huge opportunity. We're very honored to have Andrew McAllister, who's the president of the State Building and Construction Trades Council of California, here with us today. So Andrew, if you want to come on up.
Good morning. It's actually Andrew Meredith, the president of the California State Building Trades.
Can I do that again?
No, sure.
Andrew Meredith. Andrew McAllister is a commissioner at the Energy Commission, and I had a mental lapse.
That's okay.
I was so focused on getting your,
You got it.
yeah.
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of the 14 affiliated construction trade unions that we represent at the State Building Trades, and the nearly 500,000 brothers and sisters that we represent that work and toil on these construction projects across the state of California, to express how excited we are about this partnership opportunity. There's a lot of people that are going to talk about the scientific benefits of this type of a project and this type of a partnership. I'm going to focus on the construction workforce components. Our apprenticeship programs are world-class, world-leading, and they provide barrier-free pathways to the middle class from people from all walks of life in the state of California. This partnership will result in thousands, if not tens of thousands, of new opportunities for construction workers to ascend to the middle class with no requirement for a college degree, with no requirement in some of our trades for even a high school diploma. Doesn't matter if you came from a poor family, from foster care, or even from the correctional system in the state of California. We offer broad opportunities equally to everyone. With partnerships like this, we're enabled to build even more of these opportunities at the local level, and that's exactly what this partnership is going to do. We're so excited to be at the forefront of renewable technologies in the state of California, which is California's rightful place. I'm excited about seeing trucks like these delivering goods into the Inland Empire, to the warehouses that we're building, to the construction job sites that we're working on, and up and down the state of California, delivering the goods that our workforce needs to continue to build out California. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my good friend, the head of the Los Angeles Federation of Labor, Ron Herrera.
Good morning. As you heard, I'm the president of the Los Angeles County Federation of Labor. And what does that mean? It means 800,000 union workers here in our county. And I just want to say thank you for giving labor a voice. Because as the president of the Federation, it's all about creating good union jobs and seeking solutions for worker protections and their families when they return home from work. The thought of creating a massive clean green energy hub here in Los Angeles, growing union jobs, and preserving the thousands of middle-class jobs that exist now in refineries, utilities, and for electrical workers is exactly the sort of out-of-the-box thinking that we need here in the state in Los Angeles. That represents infrastructure done right. In addition to the building trades, this is good for all workers, not just a specific class, but for all workers here in the state. There's no secret that, we're in a climate crisis right now in Southern California, and as someone who lives here in Long Beach, who knows best than us, Long Beach residents? A green hydrogen hub would further reduce our dependency on fossil fuels and clean up our energies. And who needs that? My members and my members' children. So the time is now. I truly believe that this represents the last and best shot at moving forward with a Green New Deal. And with that, that is why the Los Angeles County Federation of Labor, its 300 affiliates, and its 800,000 union members support ARCHES in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ron. It's great to have you here. We're really excited about all the work that's going to happen in Los Angeles. So next, I want to introduce another very special guest, State Senator Bob Archuleta, who has been a tremendous champion in the Senate. And there's no way better to crown a champion than to make them the chair of the Senate Select Committee on Hydrogen Energy. And so that's the role he fills, and he has passed a major bill this year that's going to be really helpful in making sure things get built. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you, everyone. What a beautiful day. Those of you who are not from Southern California, it's not normally like this, but we call this June gloom. But I tell you what, there's no gloom in the air because of the fact that California is on the map across this nation. And Governor, I thank you for that. I applaud you, Governor Newsom, for leading us and getting this beautiful country of ours to understand that if we're going to really fight the environment, we're really going to be able to work with states around the nation. We're going to have to take the lead. And this is what the governor is doing, because by forming GoBiz, to understand that businesses here in California need to joint venture with all of us to work together to make sure that our children breathe good, clean, quality air. Our water is clean. So it's an entire environment for all of us here in California to protect our children, our future. And I represent the 32nd Senate District, where we've got 6 major freeways running through. So am I excited about having clean energy with our vehicles going up and down the freeway? I sure am. Am I excited about the fact that the industry, the hydrogen industry, is coming together and being acknowledged as it is today? What an excitement. As we look back, everyone talks about the trucks. Can you imagine one day these trucks will be the major force moving the transportation? And that's why the Teamsters are excited. That's why the workforce, or if I labor, is excited. Everybody coming together. Joint ventures, partnerships across the state of California. So as the chair of the Select Committee on Hydrogen and Energy, I've been fortunate enough to be on the front lines regarding the policies and introducing my fellow senators to the hydrogen, how important it is. And I tell everyone that here in California, we have a treasure chest of energy. Think about that for a second. A treasure chest of energy. We've just got to include all the elements, whether they be solar, whether they be gas, whether they be hydrogen, whatever it is. All of us have got a joint venture, because it doesn't belong to one industry. It belongs to California. It belongs to the seniors, the veterans, the children, the environment. All of us have got to work together. Those of us who are working to make sure California leads the way when it calls to zero emission. And I think that truck there says it all. Move forward with zero emissions. This is what we're going to do. So in addition, by announcing that the alliance today with renewable clean hydrogen energy in the systems, Hydrogen Hub, the application, I think we should give ourselves a big round of applause, because we're going to receive it. We're going to accomplish it. Believe me. So Washington, D.C., just go ahead and send the check in. We're ready for it. That's it. Let's think positive. We're going to be ready, and we're going to make darn good use of that money. The millions of dollars and billions of dollars that will come to California, whether it be labor, transportation, everyone come together, we're going to make use of it. So fear not. California will take the money, take the lead, and work together with all of us in the legislature. So I will tell you that our focus obviously is being to bring hydrogen and the cost of it down, to make sure that hydrogen is accepted as a fuel that is in the future. We can accept it. We can go forward. Therefore, I am telling you that all of us, as we work together, as we come together, it is our obligation here in California, because we do take the lead, and we take that lead with honor and with dignity, to make sure that we're going to secure the dollars. We're going to make sure that we do it right. And whether it's my district or any district across the state of California, every senator, every assembly member, everyone is going to prosper because of what's going to happen when we accept and embrace hydrogen. The air pollution that's out there will be reduced. Transportation goods will be moved. The hub is here. It's going to happen. We here in California, we're saying thank you, Governor. Thank you for bringing us and fighting for us there in the state capitol, because I think that we all have the confidence that you have that we, California, will take the lead. And ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here, and all of you in the industry, hydrogen. This is the way of the future, and we're part of it. You're on the ground level, and we're going to take it all the way to the top. And thank you for loving California, because that's how we're going to make sure that everybody understands hydrogen is the future. If you love California, you got to love clean air, you got to love the good environment, and you got to love hydrogen. Thank you very much. I'm Senator Bob Archuleta. Thank you.
Well, I'm fired up. We love California, and we love the University of California, who has been a stalwart partner through all this, as far as pulling all of ARCHES together. And so we have Dr. Scott Brandt from the UC Office of the President to share a little bit about the UC and the great role they've been playing.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'm Scott Brandt, as you heard. I'm an associate, forgot my title, Associate Vice President for Research and Innovation. So good morning, everybody. Those were incredible speeches. I don't think I can come even close, so I'm not going to try. Well, okay, I'll try. But so 2 weeks ago, UC President Drake shared his 4 goals for the University of California. He said his goals were to expand opportunity and excellence, to lead on climate change, to strengthen an inclusive, respectful, and safe university community, and to promote health across California, including its most vulnerable communities. We already set an ambitious goal to go carbon neutral by 2025. We're making progress towards that goal, and across our campuses, we're conducting climate and clean energy research and maintaining sustainable business practices. I hope that's a hydrogen helicopter. Maybe we'll give it a moment. Okay. Today, the University of California continues to put its words into action through its contributions to ARCHES. Partnership is essential to reach our shared climate goals, develop scalable solutions to combat climate change, and help clean up our environment with clean energy solutions. ARCHES is a clear example of what a strong partnership looks like. We're bringing together experts and committed partners from higher education, state and local government, organized labor, nonprofits like Renewables 100, industry, they weren't mentioned before, I said I would do that, industry, environmental justice organizations, and California communities. And this is just the beginning. We're just getting started here. We're grateful to the Department of Energy's investment, and we look forward to continued partnership to advance clean energy in California. Thank you to everyone here today for your commitment to protecting our environment for Californians and for the world. Thank you.
All right, well, moving it along, thank you very much, Dr. Brandt. It's also really important to have the city of Los Angeles, which I believe, last I checked, is the second largest city in the country, has its own utility district and all sorts of stuff. So we have the general manager and chief engineer from the LA Department of Water and Power. Very glad to have him on board, Marty Adams.
Thank you, Mario and I were just talking. There's what to say after all that's been said, but there's a few important points, moving forward with the hydrogen economy of the future. It was a few years ago that when the state adopted the 2045 goals, shortly after that, the city of LA adopted the same goals by 2035 with the goal of having 80% clean energy by 2030. And to do that, we then launched what was called the LA 100 study, which was the most comprehensive study ever done into how we could meet a clean energy future and was it possible to get there. And what we found from that study is that we actually can achieve our goals for a clean economy, clean energy future by 2035 in the city of Los Angeles. But to do that, we need to have reliable generation because nothing was more important than keeping the lights on all the time in the city of Los Angeles, as well as all of Southern California. And when that study was done, we have a lot of use for batteries and other technologies that we know about. But what we needed was a long duration fuel, a fuel that was going to sustain us through the number of kinds of outages that we actually experience in the power industry. And the answer to that was hydrogen. And for us, it was to look at green hydrogen as a solution for the fuel of the future to power our local power plants. You may not know, but before the Hydrogen Hub started, before the big national effort started, A few years prior to that, we actually launched a hydrogen project in Utah, at Delta, Utah, at the Intermountain Power Project, where we committed to eventually have a 100% green hydrogen powered generating station replacing a current coal plant. That station is actually under construction right now and will start burning a blend of hydrogen and natural gas in the beginning of 2025. And within a month, they'll have finished the drilling of the first cavern to have long-term storage of green hydrogen underground. And so we're well along the way of moving forward in this pathway. When the concept of ARCHES came along with the hydrogen hub and the way to partner with other industries, it was critically important for Los Angeles to play a role in that, because we know that with the new fuel come new costs and new infrastructure needs, and we wanted to be able to create that economy together to drive those costs down so that hydrogen became not only the fuel of the future, but an affordable fuel to use for all these industries. And so we're pleased to be a partner in this project to move forward. We have power plants in the city of LA that need to continue to power the city of LA, as well as the rest of the state, as we did during the last heat wave. We provided power to other communities throughout California. And to be able to continue to do that and have reliable energy, hydrogen is the way to go. It is the way to clean up our neighborhoods, clean up the environment, and again, continue to supply reliable power throughout Southern California. So we're proud to be here on behalf of the city of LA, not only the Department of Water and Power, but also the Port of LA, participating again through the trucking. So many industries that we need to support in Los Angeles to keep the lifestyle that we have, but to meet the goals of the future. So thank you very much for having us join us today.
Well, very excited to have LA here. Also, now we're back to Long Beach, which in their house. The Port of Long Beach has been a long-time leader in hydrogen, and so we're very excited to have Executive Director Mario Cordero with us today.
Thank you so much, Tyson. The script says, good morning, but I'm going to change it. Great morning. I was just talking to the senator. I said, Senator, you got me all energized here, but on a serious note, I want to make sure that as Executive Director of the Port, I acknowledge the people who are actually doing the work at the Port of Long Beach. And we like to say we're the Green Port. We made that announcement to the world in 2005. And we also like to say that we're the port of choice. So first, let me acknowledge the team at the Port of Long Beach who's really leading this discussion and advising me in terms of not only how we do it, but in terms of the practical way of moving towards this. And Heather Tomley, Managing Director of Environmental Planning, and her team. Matt Arms, who I do not believe is here, and then Deputy Director Rick Cameron. Where is Rick? There he is. Also, the policy body that sets this tone for me, which is the Board of Harbor Commissioners, Madam President Sharon Wiseman, and Commissioner Bonnie Lowenthal. Oops. So it is extremely exciting anytime you have a partnership that we have here before us with the state of California, labor, and all the environmental people that are pushing for us to do towards zero emission. Because for the Port of Long Beach, I've been very consistent over the many years, whether as a commissioner or as executive director. Volume isn't everything for us. What's important is how does the Port of Long Beach benefit the many as opposed to benefiting the few? And by that, let me just explain what that means. The many means we need to make sure that how do the region benefits? How do the communities benefit? How do the neighborhoods benefit? And I think the background here that you see clearly answers the question that what we need to do is continue towards our quest for zero emission so that we not just mitigate emissions, but we eliminate emissions. So, and Dee, you forgot to say something on the script. We were talking about the Dodgers, but you didn't say anything. All right, okay, so we always have to have Dodger Blue conversations here at the Port of Long Beach. And Bill, as soon as I'm finished, let me know where you got those socks, because I want those. So in that regard, we're very grateful of having this collaboration with ARCHES and moving forward in the spirit of what we need to do in terms of our environmental responsibilities, our social corporate responsibilities, and the technology of hydrogen fuel. You know, just a few years ago, we were talking about LNG replacing diesel. And it takes a while, but now, in a few years, we're talking about hydrogen fuel. Because I think in the long term, that is the answer, particularly for harbor drayage trucks. So with that, we're also very fortunate to collaborate in trying to obtain bottom line funding, not only from the state of California, but from the federal government. You know, it's just amazing that the administration now has identified $8 billion for hydrogen hub projects. And hopefully with the leadership of the governor's office and Dee at GoBiz, California will benefit from substantial funding for the hydrogen hub concept. Now, as for the Port of Long Beach, as has been stated, we've been very much on the hydrogen fuel discussion. And we're hopeful that as we move forward, we continue to identify what we need in terms of hydrogen fuel supply, hydrogen fuel infrastructure, and amplifying, again, what we do here at the Port of Long Beach to move forward to the type of infrastructure that benefits, again, our quest to zero emission. Because just to make one thing clear, when we talk about investment at the Port of Long Beach, it's just not about terminals in that we can accelerate volume or provide more efficiency and fluidity. We're also talking about investment in environmental infrastructure. Again, to the point, investment in our communities, investment in our neighborhood. And I want to thank the Board of Harbor Commissioners for expressing that view. So with that, I'm going to conclude my comments because there's a lot that's already been said. I don't want to belabor the issue. This is a very important issue, but I want to give the opportunity for us to continue on the program. So thank you so much. And again, one thing I also want to say, I want to thank the leadership of both the Vice Mayor, Richardson, with regard to this agenda, and Councilwoman Cindy Allen, who came to me and said, Cordero, we got to think about this ARCHES Alliance. And so I'm being executive director, sometimes I'm very pleased and certainly blessed by communicating the message. But I just want to make clear that sometimes I'm just a messenger, but the people behind the scenes who really do the work, that's why I'm so appreciative. And again, with that, thank you so much for being here at the Greenport.
All right. Thank you very much, Director Cordero. So when you think about getting this off the ground and everything going, it takes initiative to make this market work. And initiative is something that Councilwoman Cindy Allen took to get the Long Beach on board with ARCHES. She was the one who pushed the initiative forward, the resolution forward to get, and she really was the spark that started all of this. And so that's why we're here in Long Beach. So Councilwoman.
Thank you so much. I was so proud to bring this item forward. Not only am I councilwoman for the 2nd District, but I also chair our Climate Action Committee. And I grew up on the west side of Long Beach, where we know that the environmental impacts on our most marginalized communities are the most significant. I also was diagnosed at a young age with breast cancer and had no history of that in my family. So needless to say, the environment and clean energy is really important to me. But I'm here to tell you that Long Beach is where it's at. We're ready to turn the page on clean energy, and we want there to be a sustainable path to clean hydrogen. In Long Beach, I'm here to say that we are going to be side by side with you and innovate. Green hydrogen is a powerful tool, and it could potentially be used to decarbonize the heaviest industries and energy uses like shipping, aviation, and heavy trucks. And our community needs it. My hope for the future of ARCHES is for there to be a meaningful progress towards a greener, cleaner fuel source that can be felt by everyone in our community, economically, environmentally, and most importantly, through quality of life. So I just want to thank, from the bottom of my heart, all the partners that are here and the ARCHES team for conveying here in Long Beach. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm fired up. I hope you guys are. There's a lot. So I want to invite the speakers. The speakers up here, and then also a couple of shout outs though. So like the Angelina Galativa is there. Can you raise your hand? So she really pushed this whole initiative forward. She is from Renewables 100, one of our core partners. I'm gonna have you come up also, Angelina. And then the city of Lancaster. I don't know where we have the city manager here, but they're the first hydrogen station city in the United States, which has been incredible.